Hi, everyone. So Mercury just moved into Taurus and it will be there for the next 15 days. So it's good in the sense that it slows down our communications. It helps us to make more practical solutions to some of our problems, but it also sometimes can be stubborn communication or resisting some kind of communication. So I'd like to pull an archetype card first, and then I have two tarot decks. I have a zodiac and astro house dice that I'd actually like to start with now that I think about it. Let me roll the dice. Let's see what zodiac sign and house we're meant to be working with in this energy, and let's see what comes out. So we have Capricorn in the first house. So Capricorn is that very earthy energy that Taurus also embodies. And Capricorn can often be about our goals or what we're dedicated to achieving. The first house is the house of who we are. It's the house of self. So it may be that you're working on achieving some goals when it comes to your own personal goals, when it has to do with yourself, your body, your personality. We'll see what comes out, but it looks like it's a strong time to focus on yourself and your personal goals. So, but let's look at an archetype card first to see what energy we want to work with or what wants to come out. Look at that. This is what we were just saying. This is the card of the self. This is becoming very self-aware. It's becoming witness to yourself and setting long-term goals. So this is very much a synchronicity that I know is going to be important as this reading goes on. But this is certainly a time with Mercury being in Taurus, perhaps to communicate with yourself, to really understand who you are, what your goals are, and what that means for you. But let's get some tarot to see what else wants to come out. So there's strength, Page of Wands, Knight of Swords, Six of Cups. Underneath, Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Five of Wands, 10 of Swords, the Tower, and underneath everything is the King of Pentacles. I really like that this King of Pentacles is hiding underneath everything because it's really telling me that you're really starting to understand in your life who or what were bad investments, who or what have been challenges for you. And it's this feeling like your energy is really shifting into this King of Pentacles. It feels like you're not quite there yet because the King of Pentacles was hiding underneath. But it does give me this feeling that you're really understanding what to do and what not to do when it comes to your own personal goals and your own life. I do not see any other people in this spread because I already know this Page of Wands and this Knight of Swords is you. So this is clearly going to be a reading about just you and what your own goals are. But let's go through everything because I feel like this is going to be a pretty exciting reading. But immediately, because I don't see any other people in this situation or what you're dealing with right now, is that it's giving me this, especially this King of Pentacles, and there's Judgment underneath, that not to waste any of your energy right now on trying to change other people. This is a time to focus on yourself and to understand that people can only change if they want to change, and that change really occurs in the soul. So change is difficult for everyone, and there has to really be a motivation to change in order for people to change. So don't waste your energy on that, is what I'm getting right now. So, but it looks like you feel to me like you're in a good space in your very current position right now, because I'm seeing you working on your personal goals. And I'm seeing you with this Four of Wands, you're achieving a lot of milestones. So I can see in your energy here, as if I jump ahead a bit, that I can see that you have been in some pain. You have been apprehensive about things. You have been perhaps afraid or cautious of things. but I see that energy moving. I see there's a clear movement because you're hitting milestones with this Four of Wands. You know that there are personal achievements that you have been hitting recently that you are really cause for celebration. So you're asked to stay focused on that, to stay focused on this inner strength that you have, and reminding yourself that you've got this, that you can do this. And you know you're being called somehow to step up in your personal goals. You understand your spiritual awakening because we saw Judgment. You understand that you're awakening to some kind of a call, and you know it's going to require some strength to do that, but you also know that you can do that. I'm seeing 2 4s here. And these 4s are reminding me of stability. The 4s are all about knowing that you're safe and knowing that you're secure. The 4 of Pentacles is thinking about the long game. It's thinking about how they spend their resources, how they spend their time, the people that they spend their time with, and what's the wisest decision. The 4 of Pentacles thinks things through before they make any moves. They count their pennies, they count their blessings, they count their stability, whatever that is for you. But before they make any moves, they really get a plan. So this is, again, I believe this is saying for you to focus on understanding that you can do this, whatever your personal goals are, that you know that you can do. The cards are telling me also that the cards know that you can do this. And that if you get a good and wise and long-term plan and a strategy and stick with it, then you're going to have a lot of success. The challenge, I think, for you in the next 15 days, because I set this intention to be Mercury in Taurus, I feel like this Page of Wands with the 5 of Wands is really asking you to not engage again with other people, that you may be baited into fights the next 15 days. There might be situations that you're in that you're trying to figure out how to, let's say, fix it, or how to prove your point, or how to stand up for yourself is what I'm getting with this Page of Wands. But the 5 of Wands are saying that now is not the time. This is your challenge to not engage in this. You're going to be better off, you're going to be happier, and you're going to have a clearer mindset if you don't engage in this. And I feel like that's what the Mercury in Taurus, how that energy is going to help you. Because if you feel like there's a group of people or anyone around you who's playing games, trying to bait you into arguments, trying to make accusations against you, make it make sense for you. But this is asking you not to do it. But that is going to be a challenge for you in the next 15 days. So it's fortuitous that Mercury is in Taurus, because it's going to slow down your communication. Where if you might just be ready for a fight and ready to just pop off at the mouth when somebody says something, you're more inclined under this energy to really take a deep breath, slow down, and use that earth energy to, what I'm mostly getting is to ignore this, because it's much ado about nothing. They're trying to get you riled up about something, but it feels like you don't really have to. It's a nothing burger type of energy. So the message coming through here is a very similar one, where this Knight of Wands is ready to say something. The Knight of Wands is always ready to talk. The Knight of Wands always consistently tells the truth, whether you like it or not. It's like that truth to a fault type of energy is the Knight of Swords, that everything that comes out of his mouth is not always compassionate, but it's always true. And we know this about the Knight of Wands. But this 10 of Swords is, again, asking you not to do that. You might be right. You are right. These people are playing games. They're picking fights with you. They're accusing you of things you didn't do. Make it make sense for you. And you want to pop off at the mouth. The Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords are 2 of my biggest arguers in the deck. And they're both here, which is how I knew that this was you. But I do know that you're being asked not to. You don't have anything to prove to anyone, and you do not have to say it. So this is asking you to not say it. This is asking you to please stick a fork in this situation. This is done like dinner. Just ignore these people, because they can't go anywhere with what they're saying anyway. They can't hurt you. Again, I'm getting this feeling like it's a nothing burger. So I'm almost getting this feeling, especially with the 6 of Cups here, because this is the 6 of Cups is about your roots and where you started and understanding where you came from. So if you're engaging in situations where someone from your past or the way you were brought up or the roots that you have, if it goes against what you would originally, how you were raised, I want to say, but make it make sense for you. If you know it's out of character for you to engage in this, this is just more confirmation to not do that. And again, and I think this Six of Cups is also giving me an energy of you kind of creating a sacred space for yourself so that you can take a step back from the situation and maybe even visit someone from your past is coming through very strongly. That seek guidance from someone, a parent, a sibling, a loved one, someone who raised you, someone who you were raised with, a childhood friend. Make it make sense for you, but I'm getting a message about you asking for help for someone from your past to help you get through this really what looks like a very toxic situation that you want to engage in, that you want to fight for or against, but you're really being asked not to. And so maybe get some guidance, I want to say, some kind of advice from someone from your past that can really help you solve this problem and get answers to some of these questions that you have. Because with the Tower coming in here, it does feel like the universe is going to get involved. I feel like if you do engage in these, if you do engage in this fight, that it's going to end up interrupting the journey that you're supposed to be on. It's going to set up a false foundation. It's going to create more problems for you if you engage than if you just disengage from this. So if this is a fight that's happening at work, and this is just a random example, make it make sense for you. But it does feel like there's a need to get out of town. Take a couple weeks off from your job and go back home. That's the energy. So, make it make sense again. But if that's the energy, is go visit someone who you really trust and love and get some really good advice, because in your heart of hearts, you know what to do, but the impulsive part of you might be saying, no, I'm going to fight because this isn't right. But again, use the energy of Mercury in Taurus to slow yourself down and go home. Go to whoever you think of as home and really talk this out. That seems pretty clear. So let's get some clarifying cards to see if we can get more before we wrap this up. So Strength and the Four of Pentacles are being clarified by the Ten of Swords. So we have the Ten of Swords coming through here twice. And in this deck, the Ten of Swords is the card of ruin. So this is again repeating that if you go this way, if you engage in this fight, you're going to cause more harm for yourself. You might even be causing more karma for yourself. So disengage as quickly as possible and only engage when you need to. So for example, if you know that someone is defaming your character, then of course you want to stand up for yourself and show the evidence, but then stop. You don't have to take it any further unless I think you understand my point. Disengage at the first moment that you're able to disengage and get out of there. Go home. I want to keep saying home, but again, whoever is home for you, whatever is home for you. But this Ten of Swords ruin is really confirming to me for you to get a good plan, a good strategy of just moving away from this and not engaging further in it. So the Page of Wands and the Five of Wands is being clarified by the Six of Discs, which is the card of success. So this is giving me that feeling again of a nothing burger. I want to keep saying that too, because if you engage in this fight, you're going to be more successful by not, because there's nothing to fight for. These people are fighting a losing battle already. So engaging in a losing battle is not only easy, it seems like the right way to go. It seems like the quick way out, but it's really just going to make things worse. By you just giving them the silent treatment is going to speak more volumes. And I think it's because they're trying to get a reaction out of you. And if you don't give them that, then that will be the end of it. That's the nothing burger. So I hope that made sense. The Knight of Swords with the Ten of Swords is being clarified by Strength, but I'm going to flip that over just to meet the YouTube guidelines. But that was the Strength card. And we have Strength here too. So this again is saying, yeah, you want to fight. You want to tell them everything that's on your mind. You know the truth because the Knight of Swords only speaks the truth. He's holding the sword of truth. So you are holding the sword of truth. But again, the universe is saying, don't let your ego take over. You don't have to be right in a situation that just needs to end. That allow your soul to overcome your ego and just put this to bed. And if you need to take a 2-week vacation, for example, and go home, for example, then do that, because there's someone in your energy who it very strongly feels like someone from your past who's going to be able to help give you really good advice and guidance in this situation. So the 6 of Cups in the Tower is being clarified by the 10 of Wands. So I do feel again that this 10 is saying this is over. We have a 10 here, we have a 10 here, and we have a 10 here. And they're the very difficult 10s. So this is saying wrap this up. This cycle is over. Let this go. Ignore these people. Ignore, ignore, ignore is the advice of the next 15 days. So again, focus on self, be self-aware, focus on your own personal goals and your achievements. We started with some really beautiful energy and we're ending with a 6 of Cups. So this is just saying, focus on yourself. Do not change people that are incapable of changing. I said that when we first sat down. Do not try to change people. Be yourself. Don't invest in bad things anymore. Get out of there, but ignore. Don't engage. So wow, so that is your reading for Mercury going into Taurus for the next 15 days. So please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.